This is something similar with LEGO Transformer Shotgun. Shotgun is definitely one of my more dynamic characters. You can, with one of the biggest poses you can get him into is you kind of set his arms back, you turn the wheel in like that, and then you can put a little like fire plume in here, and then you can have him like, racing down like a highway or something. I imagine him to be like like a bank robber, or like just a regular, like your average criminal maybe, and he he steals something and he zooms down the highway to get away from the authorities. The colors are really one of my favorite parts of them. I love this like Boba Fett green that I have. I had a plethora of green, and I hadn't really used very much of it yet, so I decided I needed to use it, and I had an opening, so that's pretty cool. Now I didn't really do this intentionally. He's very reminiscent of Revenge of the Fallen's Scavenger, or the whatever the other guy's name is, I forget. With like the kind of like built body with the two outstretched arms and the wheel bot and like the wheel leg that he kind of zooms around on, even though he's much smaller than that. I still think it's very interesting, and this is also probably one of my first figures that have accessories. Like this bandana and this helmet is not part of like the final vehicle mode. Neither is this gun. But this is definitely one of my more like play figures, I guess. I think it's always a fun detail to add. Another thing that you can do with him is you can have his arm kind of go out like this, and you can have him like, if he's like running from something, you can have him like grind against the ground, and then you can go back to zooming around. Also, completely unintentionally, I ended up kind of putting him in this constant perpetual "where's my hug" dance kind of pose, so that's always fun. Now for transformation, first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just completely just take all of the accessories off of his head and just leave it like that. Now, some may call this parts forming, but I say it's an exception because they're accessories. So, I win. And then what you're going to want to do is the arms, you're going to want to fold this out like that, and then take the gun out of the hand, and then fold this arm up all the way. And you're going to want to fold the back kind of arm section into each other. Now you may be able to see where this is going. Take the flame out, and rotate this whole section like that. And then you're going to want to kind of angle the head and this piece to where it like slots into place like that. And then I'm going to push up the back leg into the body, and then push up the tailpipe as well. And there you have Shotgun in his vehicle mode. Now, the things I love about this vehicle mode is how just sleek it looks. And while the transformation is very basic and not a lot changes about the overall figure, it looks completely different from the robot mode. Like, this does not look like it turns into a robot. And again, just the colors also match very well. I'm aware that the iconic Vespa is that, blue, that like the kind of pale grayish blue, but I like this green better, just in my opinion. And the colors work very well with each other. The gray with the green with the black and the white, they all just work very well together. And it's not 100% accurate. Obviously, this is a magnifying glass piece, which works surprisingly well. I wasn't expecting it to look that good. And they are two different types of wheels. One with like an actual wheel, and this is a magnifying glass piece. But it's not super accurate, but I think it gets the idea across well enough. And in the back, you can do the same thing with the fire. Like that. You could have them, kind of zooming down the freeway. A drawback of this figure is that it doesn't really stand on its own. If you want to give it like a stand, I guess you could, but it doesn't really stand on its own very well. You can position it to where it kind of leans, but there's not really anything you can really do about that without changing the actual figure. Now, for size comparison, here Shotgun is next to Cycle, who is bigger than Cycle is. A pencil. And Coke can. Shotgun is definitely one of my favorites. I wasn't really expecting to build an actual Earth vehicle, which I know that there already is a Transformer that turns into a Vespa, but this is my own take on the character. I think I did a pretty good job, and that's really all I have to say about him. So this has been Something Somewhere with LEGO Transformer Shotgun, and I'll see you next time.